There are about 3.8 million registered voters here in Colorado. This year, about 2.4 million voted in the midterms. In 2018, it was 2.5 million people. A lot more. So overall, not much of a difference really as the whole state goes, but let's check in live with Caroline Peters live this morning here in studio to tell us why that's not necessarily the case here locally. Caroline.
Ira, not the case here locally. El Paso County had a 75% voter turnout back in 2018, pretty high. They've now dipped down to 50%. Pueblo County around 50% with voter turnout this past election as well. Not as drastic as a dip, down from their 67%, but still a dip in our area. And you might be wondering, why did this happen? Well, we spoke with the Pueblo County recorder, Ortiz, and he says one reason voter turnout in Colorado Springs could have been so low, it's because this year's ballot was especially long. Another reason, many young people did not vote. It is a trend we are seeing in Colorado. During the 2022 primary election, Coloradans ages 18 to 24 saw a dip in voter turnout compared to the presidential race back in 2020. I spoke with students at UCCS who didn't vote about why.
When you're 18, it's a lot of pressure because you don't really know a lot about politics yet. So I just didn't look into it as much, so I just ended up not voting at all.
It just wasn't something that interested me. I didn't really know much about the candidates and what we're voting for, so I just thought it would be better for me not to vote than vote and not be educated about what I'm talking about.
And if you're wondering if one party had more registered voters casting their ballot, that just wasn't the case. It's not what we are seeing. As of now, 30% of registered Democrats handed in their ballots, 28% of Republicans, pretty close. It actually was the unaffiliated voters that handed in the most ballots.